Hey, I'm Suzy, and welcome to 30 Minutes of Yoga. Today's class is a yoga flow where we'll focus on releasing the shoulders and opening up the upper back. Have water nearby. Today I'll be using a yoga mat and 2 blocks. If you don't have yoga blocks, it's fine. And let's begin on the mat, coming down onto your back. So perhaps coming through a lunge and then coming onto your side to lie down. So as we begin here, planting the feet on the floor, allowing for an easy extension of the arms and the legs, just unfolding, taking a moment to land and ground and focus on the flow of your breath. Now, as you inhale, let's drag the arms on the floor, fingertips almost like snow angels here. You're gonna reach the arms overhead. As you inhale, big stretch, maybe even stretch through the toes, and then exhale, and release the arms back down by your side. And again, inhale, fingertips dragging, backs of the hands dragging on the floor. Your range of motion, yes, moving in a way that feels good to you today and always. One more time, big stretch, like a big yawn. Oh, flex the feet. Hold on to your left wrist and just stretch and reach up and over to the right as if you were standing doing this. And then switch arms. So you're gonna hold on to the right wrist and take a big stretch. And come back to the middle. From here, use your own healing hands to help scoop one leg and then the other leg. Plant your feet on the floor again. From here, draw your right knee in towards your chest and snuggle the knee in. Circle out your right ankle. Maybe even circle out your face at the same time, as the jaw definitely tends to hold some tension and kind of pulls the shoulders up towards your ears. So let's try to release. Go ahead and switch legs. The jaw, gently swallow. And as you exhale, circling the left ankle, maybe sigh it out again. So breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, clearing a path for the practice. Good, then gently plant that foot on the floor. So one way to open up the upper back is to gently twist. So this really passive twist here, left leg stretches long, right knee comes in towards your chest. And then you can even rest the foot on your thigh and drop the knee across the body. It could just be a couple inches, doesn't have to be a big thing that kind of pulls you overboard like so. Be somewhere in the middle. And just simply rocking, opening up the lungs, the chest, the shoulders. One more easy rock. Pull your navel in to pull you back to center. And then plant the foot. Reset, both feet planted on the floor. Inhale, you're gonna reach down through the soles of the feet and then bridge lift. So engage through the glutes, through your backside. Arms come up like a big yawn, reach up. And then drip down, back down into the floor. Hips land, and then send your right leg long. Bring the left knee in towards your chest. We'll try the second side here. So as you're extending through the right side, maybe plant your left foot on the thigh. And then it's a gentle glide across the center. And again, it may feel good to rock. Yeah, there's not a final pose, a particular position we're trying to achieve. We're just opening up to the flow, deepening the connection to breath. And then exhale, pull your navel back to center, always guiding you back to the middle. With an exhalation, plant both feet. And once again, let's come on up into a bridge lift, hips high. If it feels good to take the arms overhead again, maybe clasp one wrist and pull over to the right side, opposite hand, left side. Arms by your side. Consider holding onto the edges of your mat or puffing your chest up and opening, kissing the shoulder blades together underneath you here. You might even interlace the hands underneath the pelvis and perch yourself nice and high on the upper back, shoulders, and the upper arms. press the pinky fingers down. And again, if this is, a challenge, choose your battles here. Hold on to the edges of your mat, or let the arms go overhead as you release, kind of break free there. Come on down. Windshield wiper the legs. Knees are shifting side to side. And then the next time you shift to your left side, roll over, and let's come toward seated for a moment. So sit how you're comfortable. If it's helpful to use the block to kind of boost you out from your low back, so if you feel like you're sinking under, always nice to elevate and put, a little something underneath the hips to perch you higher. I'm sitting cross-legged. If that's comfortable for you, go for it. If not, you can sit on your knees. You can even do this on a chair. As you inhale, we're going to take the chest forward and then roll the shoulders down the back as you hollow out and sink into the mid back, upper back, like you're trying to scratch an itch between your shoulder blades. And then roll your shoulders and take your heart forward, tail back. Then roll your shoulders forward and hollow out, rounding through the spine. Roll your shoulders, take the heart forward, shrugging it off. And one more time, hollow out, rounding. Come back to the center. Inhale, reach your right arm out and take a side reach, coming to take the hand to your temple. And without pulling on the neck, just an easy release, allowing the weight of the shoulder, the ear, the armpit, the elbow to get heavier. And then free up the arm, come back to center. Notice that's a nice current you've opened through that side. And then the left arm's gonna reach. And again, you're just pouring the left ear down, left shoulder, jaw. Funnel the navel in, feel like you're sitting tall here. You can be connected at your center, present, but relaxed across the neck, the shoulders, the jaw. Release the arm. Float your head back on top of your spine. And then rotating to your left, easy seated twist. Pull the navel in, transitioning on your exhale, seated twist to the right. And coming back to the center, transitioning to all fours. So as you come to all fours, if your knees are sensitive, you could always roll the mat under or over, so that you have a little more cushion under your knees. Or use a blanket, a pillow even. Now, the blocks could be under your hands. Might be a nice start here. As you come to all fours and taking the same shoulder initiation, right? The breath is guiding the shoulders to roll down the back and lift your heart, firming the outer arms in. So we're prepping for our plank and our down dog energy here. And then rounding, hug, hollow, gather all the good things. Pull the navel in towards the back of the body. And then inhale, shrug off anything that's not yours to carry here today. And exhale, round, scoop, hollow out, gather all the good things. One more time, easy shrug and reach. And then funnel the navel in, dome the upper back. Feel that there's space between the shoulder blades. And then gently find a neutral spine. So you come to neutral. Now, stretch the left leg back long, so you're lifting the knee. And then pause, and let's try on the right leg. Reset. And then come to both knees. Part the knees slightly wider than the hips. Big toes come to touch. So we're setting our foundation for child's pose, which is a nice way to rest and ground and release. If, as we're working here on the hands, you feel at all like you're feeling stress in the shoulders or the neck, any strain in the wrists, consider working on your fingertips. Consider working on your forearms so that we're building a sense of support at your core and not overstressing the wrists, the shoulders, the neck. So moving in a way that feels good to you and change it up. Be inventive. Yes, be creative. Inhale, come forward, all fours, using the block underneath your hands again. Inhale, stretch your left arm up high to the sky. So we're in this nice long head to tail reach, opening into rotation, and then thread the needle. You're gonna scoop the arm through, bending the the right arm, scoop through, and then inhale, coming back up. Extend the spine, pull the navel in, open the heart, and then exhale, thread it on through. Threading the needle each time, maybe going a little lower, a little further. This next time, if you want to stay for a moment, perhaps you rest your head on the floor and you reach the spine, head and tail extending opposite directions. Pull the breath into your low back, one more breath. And then on your exhalation, bring yourself back to center. Inhale, exhale back towards child's pose. If you want, come off the hands to the forearms, circle out your wrists, and then let's try on the second side. Crawling forward, all fours, planting your knees directly under your hips. Inhale, extend the spine and open the arm like you're gonna high five the sky there, and then thread the needle, scooping under as if you're putting your ear towards the earth, listening for grounding. Inhale, up, reaching, opening. Exhale, threading, deepen. And then one more time, inhale, maybe go a little further up, a little further behind you, and then reach and thread it through. Consider placing your head on the floor. If the floor feels too low, it's too low today. You can stay up a little more in the hover here. Each side's different, so honor that as you're moving through. And then exhale, pull the belly in, come back to all fours. From here, sitting back in child's pose, you might tent your hands, so the fingertips are like suction cups, and then bow the chest through the shoulders. Imagine you're trying to pull the blocks back toward you, like you're energetically pulling the shoulders down the back. You might even hold on to one block and kind of pedal it out here, and you start to wake up the mid back, the lats, the base of the shoulder blades, and preparing for a little down dog here. So as you inhale, again, using the blocks like you're grabbing them, yeah? If you prefer to place your hands on the floor, if that feels better to you, lifting through plank and then piking the hips up and back. Sometimes using the blocks helps us to lift out of the shoulders and into the core some, so we can feel like the arms are a little longer. Now imagine that you're scooping the inner elbows together, that you're trying to pick the blocks up between your hands. And then if your hamstrings are tight, or maybe this is, your first down dog of the year, let's straddle the mat, go wider so it's a wide-legged down dog. You might even tent your hands so there's all the weights in your legs. You put a micro bend in the knees, and then you can feel the traction, feel everything roll right off your back. Take 3 deep breaths, in through the nose and out through the mouth this time. Just clearing. In through the nose. Your nervous system likes to hear the sound of your breath. Releasing, clearing. Sighing it out. One more breath. Good. Then gently plant your hands on the blocks. Gently step your feet back in. Now you might tread it out here. Give yourself a little dance break as you tread the right leg and the left leg in your down dog. And then slow motion. So we're gonna try on a lunge before we start to fully flow here. Take your right leg up towards the sky, like it's like a paintbrush. You're just gonna brush it up there. And then pull the knee in towards your nose. Step your right foot through the blocks. Now, it might be helpful to bring the blocks up, maybe even to the highest level. I find it's nice to build the floor up to meet you here to start. So walking the back knee back, right legs forward, and then just exploring. Does it feel better to be on your fingertips so that you can lift out of the low back? Does it feel good to be on your hands without collapsing? See if you can find that roll of the shoulders and lift. And then as you breathe into the front of the leg, into this like frontal hip crease, exhale, flexing back, coming into the hamstring stretch. Inhale forward. Easier said than done, I know. And there's a tendency to kind of collapse in it. So lighten up here as you shift forward and back. And then let's use the blocks. Now we're gonna walk them inside the front hand, or the front leg there, yeah. And then plant your left hand down. You're gonna rotate, look over your right shoulder. Maybe it's just that, just looking over the shoulder. Or perhaps stretch the right arm behind you. So it could be up to the sky if that feels okay in your shoulders, but it's enough to just reach behind you for a moment. And you're rotating the abdomen, turning from the low ribs all the way around to the right side, and then circle the arm back down. Use your blocks, use your core, and then lift the back knee off the floor. Now we're gonna walk, block over block over block until, yes, we found the opposite leg, lowering down. Good, so inhale. So many variations, so many fronts of the mat here. Inhale, see if it feels better to be on your arms, but can you lift out of the shoulders? Would it feel okay to be on your fingertips and really use this sense of like kicking the legs together to lift you up and out of your low belly? Inhale, exhale. And then consider shifting back on the next exhalation, peeling the toes off the floor, and then roll the shoulders and extend your spine long. Exhale from the core, pressing back, peel the toes back, pinky toe comes back as much as you can. You might feel that like electric current from the pinky toe edge. Oh, and then coming forward. From here, plant your right palm, bring your left block in, so the hands are inside the leg. And then from here, you can open the left arm behind you. Again, just shoulder down, reaching, belly in. Feel like you're kicking the back leg forward some. And then pull in through your core, up through the pelvic floor, taking the hands to the blocks. So now, the back of your mat maybe is the front of your mat. We're gonna come down to the second level of your block. Again, if you're not using blocks, just hands on the floor. Curl the back leg under, and then from here, step back, downward facing dog. And now your arms are even longer, right? So we're even taller here through the blocks. Wrap the outer elbows down, inner elbows scooping forward. Take a moment to kind of dance it off here. Last little bit. And then stretch your left leg up high. Again, you're gonna paintbrush it forward and through. Bring the knee toward your nose, and then step your foot through the blocks. Maybe easier because the blocks are slightly higher. And then from here, we're gonna walk toward the center of your mat. So using the hands on the blocks, knees can be bent. Again, the blocks are so friendly. They can come up a notch, bring them up toward you some here. And then up to you, if it feels good to interlace the hands behind you. You could hold onto one wrist and bow forward, micro bend the knees. You could hold onto the other wrist and traction and bow forward. You might keep the hands on the blocks and just bend and straighten the legs. All right, we're making peace with our choices here as we open up the back of the body. And then to get into the shoulders, again, if you like, perhaps interlacing both hands. You're coming into that bridge clasp and bowing. Head towards the earth, tailbone reaching up to the sky. And then you're wrapping the shoulder blades together around the back of the heart. Inhale, lift the kneecaps, press into the outer edges of your feet. And then exhale, release the arms. Walk yourself back towards your front. And then from here, we're gonna push off the back leg and step Tadasana. Feet are hips width, right? This is mountain pose. We're just gonna lengthen all the way up. We made it to standing. Well done. Shake it off. We'll be using the block some if you need for this next variation, but not for our down dog and up dogs. We're gonna start to flow. Hopefully you're feeling warm, and these are just here as needed, yeah. So coming to the top of the mat, working with your feet hips width rather than together to start. It's just nicer for the low back maybe today. Change it up. And then as you inhale, reach the arms out to the side and down. I'm gonna turn toward you, but you can stay as you are, just to show this variation. It's what we did on our backs, so your body already recognizes it, so you can relax into it. The next time you reach up, hold on to your left wrist, give the forearm a little squeeze, a little love, a little massage there, and then hold on to the hand to create some space in the wrist, side bending. From here, we're gonna roll on down, just down the side. And then if you like, hands to hips, come on up with a long spine. And then reaching out and up. Now this time you're gonna hold on to your right wrist, reach up, side bend, let yourself sit in the hip some. And then exhale, circle down, bow, pour it all off. This time inhale, half lift. And then exhale, plant your hands in the earth, so you bend your knees enough to get down there. If you need, the blocks are handy, right? We can use a block to help step us back. And then come to all fours for a moment. So option to take cat-cow, inhaling and exhaling. Second option is to walk your hands slightly forward and then shift your weight into a modified push-up. Curl your toes under if that feels better. And then from here, come all the way down. See if you can land all in one piece. Well done. Once you land, bring your fingertips out to the side so the hands are in line with your shoulders. And you've got suction cup fingertips here. So we come into serpentine cobra. Plant the tops of your feet on the floor. Inhale, lifting up belly, then ribs, then chest. Breathing out through the nose. Right shoulder comes down, right cheek to the floor. And then inhale, belly, ribs, chest, learn to turn the other cheek, left shoulder and cheek to the floor. Inhale. Let's just try it side to side. Massaging the shoulder, breathing into the low back, the low belly. Good, one more each side. Just take a moment to really land there, relax. And then breathing in as you transition, landing, wag your tail, relax. And then inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, bow. Rest your head on the earth for a moment, grounding as you breathe in. Curl your toes under, pressing back as if you were coming to child's pose on the balls of the feet. And then massage the weight forward to full plank, knees lifted. From full plank, we pike into downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg paints the sky. If you like, bend your knee for a moment and swirl your ankle. Feel that the chest is square, that the outer arms are wrapping down. You're pushing into the thumb pad of the hand. And then square it all off. Coil in, knee toward your nose. And then pushing off, step your right foot forward, coming into a runner's lunge. Now, if you like, you can put your knee down. Kind of nice to feel steadier in this, yeah, with the knee down. Inhale, reach the arms out. Again, those like snow angels, trail the arms down. Interlace the hands behind you, or just wrap the hands around to the left hip. Yeah, so if it's like really a battle to get a hold of the fingertips, just bring your right arm behind you any amount. And then try to square off and fire up your low belly. Pull the energy in. So the shoulders press down, the navel pulls in, inner thighs are pulling toward one another. And then exhale, release it all. Fingertips suction cup the floor. We're gonna lift the back knee and come into a twist. So again, here's a place, if you feel really like burdened to take the hand down, bring the floor to meet you. You have some help here with the props to prop you up in this twist. Right arm reaches. You're in a runner's lunge, back knees lifted. Feel like you're pulling the shoulders away from your ears, igniting energy from the head and the tail. And then from here, seal your back foot down, warrior one. So your alignment is hips width. We're gonna reach out and up, and just circle the arms. Just easy circulating the arms here. You might even like cross one arm in front of the other. You might even give yourself a little hug as you come up, woo, and clear. And then reaching forward for warrior two now, like you're drawing a bow. We adjust our alignment with the footing, right heel in line with the left arch of the foot, warrior two. Give it a reverse. Give yourself a little pat on the back, and then cartwheel the arms up and over. Well done. Just a breath. You can set the block off to the side. Coming through the lunge, plant your hands and your feet. Now, feel free to come back to down dog and stay. We'll meet on the other side. Or to massage and ripple yourself through a wave, coming all the way down. And then cobra, curl the toes under. And pike your hips, downward facing. Second side, left leg floats high to the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip, circle your ankle. Tendency to kind of open it all up here. See if you can gather at your core and square off. Then gather at the hips and reach tall. Pull the knee in, massage the foot forward through your hands. You're in that runner's lunge. Back knee down. Again, if you need some height, pull in some friends with the blocks. Inhale, reach the arms out, kind of trail up and down. And then take the hands behind. Again, you might interlace. See if you can pull the belly in, or take the hand behind you, wrapping the hands to the outer right hip. So again, there's not one way to do any of this. It's you today in your body in this moment. And trying to keep the breath nice and even. Now release, right hand to the floor or the block, right knee lifts, and then you reach out and open into the twist. Keep the shoulders moving down. Bobble your head if you feel any tension. Move your face around a little bit if you feel any tension, or if you're taking it too seriously. And then from here, plant your back foot. Warrior one base. So front heel is hips width with the back leg. You're gonna reach out in front and then up. Again, maybe this time one arm crosses. Again, you're just clearing this field of energy, opening up, shrugging off the shoulders. One more time, reach forward and then draw a bow, adjust your stride, front heel and back arch alignment. Inhale, reaching, just kind of pulsing into your warrior two, reaching up and back, reverse it. Bend the elbow. Ooh, give yourself that pat on the back, yay you. And then come up and over, planting your hands on the block or two if you like. Stepping back. Again, you may stay in down dog and just notice how it feels. Or massage the energy forward, lower the knees. Low, push up to the floor. Gentle heart opening, you don't even have to have weight in your hands there. And then exhale, coil the toes under. Meet back in child's pose. Let everything relax in child's pose here. Notice how you're breathing. Take the deepest breath of the day and sigh any stress off your shoulders. Let the weight of the world fall off your shoulders here now. Slowly rolling up. Just sit how you're comfortable. So Shavasana could be as simple as just lying back or sitting in meditation. We do have the two blocks today, and a really nice way to kind of release and guide this continued opening throughout the day is perhaps to use one block, first level. It's going to go right under your shoulder blades, and then the second block, second level, that's going to be under your head. So, one way to do this is just to lie back and now you are lying on a block. If it feels like too much, it's too much. Yeah, you just want to take a few deep breaths to feel this all like opening up and clearing. Feel free to stay here as long as you like, or when you're drawn to, come towards seated, perhaps even coming towards standing as you end your class and begin your day. So feel free to stay longer if you like. Have a beautiful day. Thank you for moving with me. I'm Suzy. Namaste. I look forward to seeing you soon.